Get ready to dive into the latest Copilot upgrades, the comeback of Pebble Smartwatches, OpenAI's new model, and the launch of .channel domains. All that and more on this episode of The Download. We're back! Welcome back to another episode of The Download, the show where we cover the latest developer news and open source projects. Please like and subscribe. I'm Cassidy Williams, Senior Director of Developer Advocacy here at GitHub. Let's get into it. GitHub has released the Copilot Language Server SDK, making it possible for any editor or IDE to integrate with GitHub Copilot via the Language Server Protocol standard. This move expands Copilot's reach beyond popular editors like VS Code, Visual Studio, and JetBrains IDEs to any editor of choice. You can check out the SDK on NPM and start integrating today. Vim, anyone? Now, speaking of Copilot, GitHub is enhancing Copilot with agent mode in VS Code, bringing autonomous capabilities like iterating and fixing its own code and suggesting terminal commands. It's super cool. You can dive into agent mode by downloading the VS Code Insiders and enabling the setting for GitHub Copilot chat. And finally, last Copilot highlight, I promise. OpenAI's o3-mini model is now available in the GitHub Copilot free tier. You should definitely check that out. Okay, outside of all of this GitHub news, domain hoarders, rejoice! I mean creators and builders and makers. All of us, rejoice! Google Registry has launched the .channel domain. It's designed for building online storefronts and connecting with different audiences. And starting this week, .channel domains are available for registration. You can visit get.channel to secure your domain for your next project. And in open source news, the Pebble Smartwatch is making a comeback. If you don't remember the absolutely delightful e-ink smartwatch of the early 2010s, it was awesome. It had an open ecosystem. Developers could build cool apps for it before most other smartwatch platforms even existed. It was awesome, but it ended up being bought out and shut down. But the Pebble community has still thrived anyway. And so, with the recent open sourcing of Pebble OS by Google, a small team led by Pebble's original creator is developing a new watch with super similar specs and features, plus some new additions, of course. We're going to pop a link in the description if you want to stay tuned for more updates and help contribute to the project. And finally, it's Valentine's Day, and we love you! This Valentine's Day, GitHub is spreading the love with GitHub Spark, which is our AI-powered app platform for creating personalized micro apps. Pop over to our community and write a Valentine to a GitHub user or a feature or a project in the comments for a chance to access GitHub Spark early. Submissions are open through February 17th, with winners announced a couple days later on February 19th. So go ahead and share the love with your main squeeze. Do you get it? Main? Because it's a branch? That's all for now. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on any of the topics we discussed this week. And if you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up to serve the algorithm gods, and subscribe to GitHub's YouTube channel for all of your nerdy needs. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you next time. Bye!